Hi there, folks. Sean Broderick here, and I'm in California again, and I'm speaking to Ioannis Tsitos. He's from Goldsource Mines. Now, great little company. They're already in production. You wouldn't believe how cheap they are, but they may not stay cheap for long. Ioannis is going to explain why. Could you please tell my subscribers about your company?
First of all, thank you for the opportunity
Sure.
to speak here. Yeah, great. This is a Canadian junior that just completed construction of our mine in Guyana, South America, in the British kind of world, kind of English-speaking country of South America. It's a gold mine. It's called Eagle Mountain, and the construction was completed in January. We are what we call commissioning phase now. Therefore, we already operate. We produce gold. We had our first gold sale. But we go into what we call commercial production, means consistently producing or processing 1,000 tons a day ore in June. Okay, so the timing, if I can justify what you said before, is really the timing is great for some investor potentially, right? Because now we are showing, and that's why the liquidity, even our stock has been improved, or we have returned already some value to some shareholders. But this is a great bootstrap operation. That hopefully will grow in the next 2 to 3 years. And we will go to a position of strength starting from this year with some smaller production, but reaching in about 3 years about 40,000 ounces.
Yeah, so each year you'll be raising production and stuff. And one of the great things about this company is you don't have very much debt. You're going to pay that debt back out of cash flow, and then you can fund the ongoing operations, the expansion of the project, from the other cash you'll have coming in, right?
Absolutely. This is the plan, and the independent engineering studies, or in-house what we talk, is that we will finance all sustaining capital and expansions through internal cash flow. So at the moment, we carry a very small debt of $1 million. We will repay that before the end of this year from cash flow. We have already started expanding, buying more equipment out of this first phase cash flow. We are going to put a night shift sometime in the summer, and potentially a leach reactor in the fall. So we see a lot of upside here coming in the next 18 months. So
when you're in full production, what will your all-in sustaining cost be, do you know?
We all in with Canadian overheads and sustaining capital will be between $600 and $700 per ounce. According to independent engineering studies, it's about $630. But I use the range because that's what we should do as a miner.
Right, so exactly. You have to prepare for anything.
But in this kind of cost, no doubt, Goldsource Mines will be in the lowest quartile of this market among peer companies in terms of cost. So people ask me, what about the gold price? And I say, the only parameter I cannot control is the gold price. But delivering operating costs at $650 obviously leaves me enough profit margin to keep reinvesting and expanding the operation.
Great. And one thing that I did want to touch on is you were with a previously successful company, right?
Look, I'm a miner for 29 years. I'm not a promoter or whatever. I used to work for BHP Billiton, the biggest mining company on earth, as their business development manager for 19 years. So in the last 6 years, I acquired this asset, and I'm sitting on some other boards too.
Silvercrest and stuff like that.
Silvercrest is a sister company. We operate from the same office, and we have same kind of engineer. So the Silvercrest president is our COO.
Okay,
it's a great mining engineer.
Okay, good. Yeah, so really smart guys, and obviously you are too. And the people you have on the ground come from larger companies, but now they're working on this project.
Yes, when I acquired this asset in 2010, I effectively acquired the team of Cambio IAM Gold, but before that, Newmont.
Newmont and IAM Gold, two big companies.
It's very important. People talk about management only, but the operating team, and I have done business in 32 countries worldwide on the mining front, you depend on the local environment. So not only your operating team, but your license to operate, meaning your community relations, your government relations, environmental stuff, and all that, you have to be on top of these things. And we're very happy to say we have a very clean project, that we have no issues at all with anybody on that front. And our operating team in Guyana is fantastic. So it's 96% local and 4% international. So.
Okay. One last thing that I wanted to touch on is that with the resource you have now, you'd have a 14-year mine life, but there's plenty of room for further exploration and expansion. Right?
Absolutely. The project is open in 3 lateral directions, but it comes to a point where you don't want to drill anymore from the point of view that you spend money out of equity money, effectively selling stock to finance your holes.
Right.
But what we decided here is to produce gold that starts on surface at the mineable economic grade, and then expand the resource from cash flow, from free cash flow. So I think this is a much better model and goes obviously better with shareholders. Okay?
Right, right. Okay, well, great. Well, that pretty much answers all my questions. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we go?
No, I don't have. You cover everything. The infrastructure is great. Maybe the only thing we didn't say, Guyana, like any developing country, obviously has some challenges in terms of roads and infrastructures. But in our case, we operate so close to the infrastructure that we had to spend very little money to upgrade the road system.
Mm-hmm.
And we are very happy to be there. We've got an airstrip about 8 kilometers away. We've got helipads and roads coming to our property from the highway. No
Okay,
problem. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. Another fascinating company. We've been having some great luck, and this one's really interesting. Producing miner, it's dirt cheap. When you take a look at it, you'll see.
And the symbol is GXS in Toronto Stock Exchange
Okay.
venture. Okay. GXS, Goldsource Mines.
Do you have a OTC listing?
We have an OTC listing, and I think it's GXSFF, if I'm not mistaken.
I will check on that.
Yeah, please
Put the right
check on
symbol
that.
up.
Yeah,
All right,
because
all right.
I'm not coming that frequent to the United States, and I'm very happy that I'm here because I do understand that American shareholders are becoming more and more loyal shareholders in terms of mining companies, and that's why I will keep coming more and more. So,
great.
And we want to raise at some point Goldsource from cash flow again and list it in a much bigger exchange in the United States.
Well, I'm glad you came down. This is a fascinating visit.
Thank you very
Fascinating
much
talk.
for the opportunity to talk.
All right. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. I'll have more for you from California.